YouTubers. I am back. It's been a little while since I've posted anything on YouTube, but I'm really excited. I have another chaos crafting video. So this February in 2026, I want to go to Katsucon. It'll be the second time I go this year. I want to lock in because there are a few characters that I really have wanted to put together. The first plan that I have, the Ruby of the Sea from the Mighty Nein. That is right, Jester Lavor's mom, Marion Lavor. Is she Lavor? No. Yes? Yes, it has to be Marion Lavor. Loved her from the moment that Matt introduced her in the campaign. And since I've decided that my cosplay self-imposed genre is going to be big ladies, I have added her into the roster. So we're gonna be doing Marion Lavor, or otherwise known as the Ruby of the Sea, or otherwise known as the best lay ever. I need to start from scratch. Little by little, I've been putting together the accessories. Luckily, I already had the We Love Color bodysuit and tights that I would need for Karlak. I do have some amber contacts that I might put in, but for now I'm just planning on wearing my regular eyes. I reached out to Shadowfell Workshop on Instagram, and they were so kind. They're also a huge fan of Marion Lavor, and they were kind enough to 3D model and print the horns for me. So they have a system where they have a headband. You screw in this little attachment to it. Beautiful 3D printed horns. I might go in and just like acrylic paint, add some shade to the horns, and then you clip it in. Ta-da! You clip it in, and then you just put them on. So these are quite hefty. There we go. I'm not basing my cosplay off of the Mighty Nein's cartoon version from Amazon Prime. I'm basing my cosplay off of the original art by Sam Hogg. She's really talented. I'm going for vibes. I'm not going for exact recreation of Ruby of the Sea. I feel like horns, hair, and also Clara will be cosplaying Jester with me. So us together, it's gonna make sense who we are. I'm gonna put all of Sam's information in the description below. She's really talented. Thank you, Sam, for making this art. So in this art piece, she has a bunch of dangles in her horns, and my friends at the Trusty Crow are gonna be handling that for me, as well as her necklace. We've got bodysuit, we've got horns, we've got horn dangles and jewelry. Most likely, you'll get a makeup test after Christmas. Today is the 22nd of December. That being said, that gives me a lot of time to make a dress. I have found some patterns for it. This is from Janina Gold Art. I'm gonna make 2 dresses for Ruby of the Sea because 1 dress isn't enough. Also, I've been using purple a lot in my Ren Fair garb, so if I make a dress and then just get to print on it for Ren Fair, I'm gonna do that. This is the Art Nouveau dress. It's kind of a halter style with a cape on the back, and I feel like that's very Ruby of the Sea. The second style that I will be making, her pattern doesn't come out until January, so I have to wait. It's this beautiful gown. I just feel like while it's not as showy as the halter top, it is something that Marion would wear. It's just so beautiful and elegant, and I think I'll be making the sleeves out of chiffon. Again, thank you to Shadowfall Workshop for sending these over. They're absolutely perfect, stunning, fantastic. If I could live like this, I would. I'm not gonna film too detailed of a process on how to make this dress because this is a pattern that you can buy from Janina Gold Art. So if you're interested in the final product, go check out her stuff. Also, the last thing I forgot to mention is that I will also be helping Clara with her Jester cosplay. So she bought the French Meadows chemise with the really dramatic sleeves for her Jester, and I'm gonna be block printing the really beautiful pattern on there. I have to find some art of her because it is now impossible to find high resolution art of that specific Jester cosplay that she's gonna work off of. Halter dress, makeup test, glue nails to hand thingies to the bodysuit, dye, wig, make, skirt, block carve for Jester. So let's start with the dress. crap. This is the biggest pattern I have ever worked with. So this is like the front and the back of this halter gown. It's been a couple days. I think we're just gonna start sewing stuff. So I'm gonna cut out the fabric pieces. I'm not going to make a mock-up because that's who I am as a person. As you can see, this pattern piece has, I had to grade it, I had to extend it, make it a little bit bigger for me because it only goes up to a 43-inch chest and I have 5 inches on that, so there was no way. Everything else is loosey-goosey, so it should be okay, but I just wanted to make sure to extend it because there's no way that was gonna wrap around my chest. And I can't tell how the closure acts in the back. I could have read through the instructions, yes, and figured out how the closure acts in the back. That is, in fact, maybe something I should have done before expanding and changing this pattern. It's not something I actually did. This is probably a polyester, but it's really satiny and shiny. I don't know if you can tell, maybe if I put it in the light, you can see it. I have about 11 yards of this, so it should be enough to cover this, and I have a little capelet. I can't remember if I said I also need to make a tail, but I need to make a tail. In case I did say it and I forgot that I said it, I keep blocking it out because I really don't want to do that project, but I'm gonna have to. While I still procrastinate the tail, let's get this dress done. Alright, goobers, so it's been a couple days since I last checked in and I've made a little bit of progress. When I went to buy this material, I hadn't realized that it was going to be polyester until they told me what the price of it was, and by then I had kind of fallen in love with the color, so, you know, I didn't realize what I was doing. But I will tell you, it took me an hour and a half to make these 4 straps. Just the straps, not the whole thing. An hour and a half to make the 4 straps. Let's do a little roundup of what I've got so far for the dress. I'm trying to finish the dress before I get to anything else. So I've got the little halter moment going. This is where the rest of the material will be sewn into here. So it's going well. I was actually supposed to make 8 straps. I refuse to make any more straps out of this material, so I'm just attaching a ribbon that I feel would be sturdy enough to hold it, so we'll see how that works out. I have the body of the material. I've rolled hemmed the whole bottom. Oh my god, it is a pain in the butt. For this dress, as you'll see, the Janina Gold pattern, it also has a capelet to it, and she matches a lot of her materials to each other, but I wanted a bit more texture. Once you have so much of this material, it just feels a little overwhelming. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of this one-dimensional purple. So I went out, let me go get it. Of course, I don't have it near me. I went out yesterday to do like a little emergency run to see if I could find anything that would be flowy and pretty in the background. So I got this taffeta? That's what Pidge called it over the phone, so that's what I'm gonna call it. It's like see-through and it's kind of stiff, but it has this nice movement to it. I'm hoping it'll billow as I walk. So I'm gonna cut the pattern for this and continue assembling the dress. While I was doing the dress assembly, I received these in the mail. So these are gonna be glued onto my gloves so that I have nails and it looks like a hand instead of just a glove. I have two different options for the wigs here. One is this orange wig, and I'm gonna try to dye it this like darker color. In case that doesn't work, I did purchase this Amazon wig. I like the waves, but I wish she was longer. She's only, I want to say what, like 36 inches, I think she is. This isn't quite giving like fantasy hair vibe. I mean, it is, but like it could be more. This is really bright red. I don't know if I'm gonna like it with the skin tone, so we're gonna try that on. We gotta see if my red foundation that I have from Sunset Colors still works, or if I need to invest in something else. So I'll try doing that after the new year so that I'm not stained red for New Year's Eve.
3 hours later.
My bobbin is about to run out, and it is currently almost 1 a.m. So I think I should be done sewing for the day. I powered through and was able to get like a full, I closed up the back. So I'm gonna try it on and I will show you a little bit of what it looks like. Here's what it looks like so far. I love the sheen. It was almost worth the pain. It was definitely worth the pain. So I already know the straps at the top are gonna be a pain in the butt. These longer ones are falling down very easily. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to shorten it up a little. I don't know if there's a way for me to connect these two in some way so that it doesn't slide down. This top part, because this material is so fiddly, I was not able to get it to lay down properly. I guess I didn't use the proper interfacing or something. So it's all puckered, and I'm gonna try to find a way to cover that up. I have some pretty lace, we'll see what I can find. I still need to work on the belt, but look at how long this is. I think it's bedtime. This is pretty successful. I still have to add the cape in the back and do the waist. Gotta figure these straps out. I'm pretty sure I put them in the right spot. I don't know, are they evenly spaced even? I don't think they're evenly spaced. Okay, we're gonna go to sleep now. Guys, I think the cape is successful. So I finished the first gown. It took me about a week and a half to do. The polyester satin was a pain in the butt to work with. Listen, I'm a newbie, okay? I didn't think that synthetic fabrics don't iron the same way that natural fibers do, so I won't be touching that again. I finally made it to a point where I was willing to not procrastinate the tail, and it's all because Clara also had to make her tail for Jester, so she came over and we made tails together. Pretty much, we just binge watched different YouTube channels. I introduced her to Prickly Alpaca art, and we walked our way through this Elenia Frost's tutorial. I will say we were bad and used super glue instead of cement glue, so we'll see how long it lasts, but goobers. Clara come over. It took us the whole day to make these tails, so we used Elenia Frost's tutorial. I have to figure out a way to clip it onto my waist, and I'm gonna be hiding it under a belt on top of the dress, but it's pretty cool. I can't believe we did this. We used her Jester design. Because I'm doing Ruby of the Sea, I figured using a Jester design would be fine. Just need to fix this little corner, which is a little bit wonky, and then figure out how to attach her, and then we're good. So yeah, back to working. With the tail out of the way, I was able to move on to the second dress. Now, remember how I had said that the previous dress was the biggest pattern I had ever worked with? Guess what? I was wrong. Or it wasn't that I was wrong. I was now working with a larger pattern.
It's like I jinxed myself. I don't know what happened. This took way more taping, and after much pinning, finagling, and sewing, I also, luckily I have a serger. That was an absolute game changer for this project. I had finally gotten into a groove and finished the majority of the body of the dress. I have this in hand because unfortunately I sewed both of my side panels the wrong side, on the wrong side of my dress. So they're inverted, which means that the train part is actually facing forward, and I didn't notice until I had finished sewing the fourth and final panel to the front. So I have to unsew all of the progress that I've made and start from the beginning. Luckily, I serged all the edges, so that means I just need to take the stitch that's connecting them all out. I was really hoping to go to bed at a decent hour tonight. And we'll see how far I get into unstitching these, because I was really excited that I would have a bulk of a dress done. And now I have to undo all of that work. So what I will say though is that Hannah at Making Hannah has convinced me to do a Maid Marian cosplay because I basically have it already in my closet. I'm gonna be Marion Lavore and Maid Marian, and I'm gonna wear 2 purple cosplays to Katsucon, so whoopsie. All right, let's get to this. I'm gonna turn on Pluribus and keep doing this. All right, look at this train. What is going on here? As you can see, stupid long train, so we'll figure that out. I believe I'm gonna sort the sleeves out now, but the see-through side panels that I was like, ooh, a cute little sexy detail, ended up being like the majority of the side panel. The style of this gown, when you cinch it up in the back, it makes the see-through side panels even larger. So it's like fully goes over my ass. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is make some bloomers for this gown as well. I think I have to add some princess seams to this at some point. So we're just gonna keep following instructions. I will check back in probably once the gown is done, and we can talk about what worked, what didn't work, and how I'm gonna make it wearable for a convention. Help me. Okay, goobers. Oh, let me get the train. I finished the hem. I did a full try on, and we're gonna frankly talk about some of the issues that I'm having with this dress. This pattern came in a double XL, but the sizing was 5 inches too small for my bust and about 4 inches too small for my hips. And I knew it was gonna mess stuff up because I don't know how to grade a pattern properly. So what I did was extend each of the side panels by 2 inches. If you are an experienced sewist, if you're an experienced maker, then you know what that caused. So I think for next time, I might just increase the back panel by 2 inches and then keep everything else the same. But I just didn't want to do math, and I just kind of wanted to fuck around and find out. I'm also having issues with the cuffs. They're really large, and it's probably just that I didn't know how to read the pattern instructions properly. This does need some grommets, and when I tighten the grommets together, I'll just make sure that the excess fabric is folded nicely within the cuff, and that solves the problem really quickly. I want to bead the cuffs and a little bit of the neckline, so I'm gonna wait to do that. I have like a ton of beading I just ordered impulsively. So I did not have enough of the linen material to make the side panels, so I made them in a chiffon. What I did not consider was that once I pull it all the way to the back, essentially more than half of my ass is visible. It's not a problem this time because I'll be wearing red tights underneath, and it's just gonna look like tiefling skin, but it's not my skin. I don't hate this dress. I actually quite like the way that it came out. I like the silhouette on me. I just wish that the pattern had been in my size so I didn't have to futz with it.
2 weeks later.
Goobers. It's been 2 weeks since I finished the dress. The only thing left to do on this dress and this belt is to do some beading, so that's what I'll be doing. I think I'm gonna work on the beading and printing her Jester chemise. This is a French meadow chemise that she's gonna use for Jester, and I'm gonna print the floral designs with like some block printing. I can't find a good zoom in image of Jester's design, so I'm just kinda gonna meld some medieval flowers with the general shape of Jester design, and hopefully it will come out nice. So. Oh, goobers, this makeup test was absolutely 100% completely cursed. I sat down, I mixed the colors, I saw that they didn't work at all, and I thought, maybe I can layer it with something else. Maybe I can mix it properly. I didn't have the right oranges or the right base to make this mix. I am not an artist. I don't know what I was thinking. As you can see, it came out really muddy and not great, and I abandoned it very quickly and went straight to ordering the Maron paints, and those saved my butt. I promised Clara, my Jester, that I would make her blue skirt. So I have a bunch of lovely blue linen fabric. I'm gonna make a 6-paneled skirt, drafted up a pattern for her. Look how small she is. She's so small. And just gonna sew a quickie little 6-panel skirt, but I'm gonna keep 2 of the panels out because if you see Jester's skirt, she has like, they're a little bit bigger than slits. So I'm just gonna leave 2 of the whole ass panels out and see if that works for me. I'm gonna have to end up hemming the panels. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So I'm taking some inspiration from medieval manuscripts, and I just drew the general shape, outlined in pink, and then I refined it with like a green to make it make sense lengthwise. And then I took inspiration from this manuscript, kind of do roses the medieval way. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of keep my medieval brand of block printing. I may try to draw a different version of it, but I like it. I want to keep it simple, and I want it to make sense. So let's finish the skirt. I probably won't talk to you guys very much. I'm just using like a YouTube tutorial to kind of try to do this. I've never made a 6-panel skirt before, but that's never stopped a cosplayer before in their lives. So it's not gonna stop me. Honestly, I think I'll just check back in when the skirt is done. I don't know if you can tell, but this is kind of the point in the project where it's dragging on a little bit, and I am kind of done with it. Let's get started. Due to me running out of time and being a little frustrated with this project, I did not film myself carving or doing any of the Jester block prints, but what I did manage to get was me mixing the paints and getting the proper color. So what I had to do in order to get the pink but also the definition of the flowers was create a double print. So first I went through and printed all of the pink under layers, but I want you to be able to tell that these are flowers. So I did print in a deeper, darker pink on top of the first pastel-y pink. Let me tell you, it came out really good. I think I'm gonna have to use this design to sell. So you previously saw me finagling with an Amazon wig. I was gonna dye it, I was gonna do this whole thing. I did none of that. I reached out to my friend Brittany from Wig Magique. You can find her on Instagram, and I commissioned this glorious pre-Raphaelite inspired wig. The only thing she wasn't able to do for me was put the holes where the horns need to go, so that's what you're seeing me do here. It was very nerve-wracking, but I did successfully manage to cut holes into the lace front wig. All right, goobers. Partially in the first cosplay. I'm gonna finish putting it on when I see Rachel and everyone at the hotel, so heading over now to see the monster herself. This wig is ridiculous, and I love it. I finally was able to make it to Katsu. Day 1 was just a chill day, like we said. I met up with Rachel, Kelly, Sarah, and Justin at the hotel, and we all drove in together in an Uber, where I met my Lady Cluck, Hannah from Making Hannah. I cannot believe she made this outfit herself, and she did it in such a hurry, and she looks fantastic. And then we moved on to Katsu day 2, where I got to meet up with Clara in her hotel room. We spent about an hour putting our makeup on. It was kind of crazy. I don't think my makeup came out the best that it could have come out, but I never practiced this more than once. So It kind of is what it's gonna be unless I really hone that skill. But it came out pretty enough, and I think Clara did an excellent job. She's an artist, so she knew what she was doing with the shading and lighting and the blue. The red was really, really hard to work with, but we managed to get it done, and I was feeling super cute. Yes, I am holding a stylist because I'm wearing gloves the whole day, and I was not about to not be able to use my phone. Now, I forget how loud the Katsu hall is when all of us nerds are in one place. And it's kind of cool. It's really, really cool to see everyone walking around. I loved watching everyone's cosplays, and here I am with my little Sapphire. We walked around with a group of friends. Claire's boyfriend was Caleb Widowgas. Kit from Sunset Dragon was Jester. Kelly was a beautiful Fern. And then we had a Tyranny, and Rachel was Yasha, and Sarah Sarah was crying. So we had a little bit of every Critical Role season in there, and it was a lot of fun. Good morning, Goobers. It is post Katsucon now. I'm enjoying some tea that I bought from Katsu. So I just thought I'd do a little wrap up and walk through what did work and what didn't work of the cosplay. It was definitely a lot of fun, and I got to see a bunch of friends that I don't get to see very often, like Kelly and Justin from the Dusty Druid, Rachel, Sarah. Got to see some friends that I hadn't seen since Pennsylvania Run Fair, and then some friends that I get to see more often and hope to see way more often. First day, I did the Maid Marian look with Hannah. She was my Lady Cluck, and I was actually surprised at the amount of people who recognized us because it was such a casual look. Hannah found us vintage rackets on her drive up, and I think that really cinched the look. Her Lady Cluck was so easy to spot. She did a great job with that cosplay, and it was a lot of fun. We want to wear them to Ren Fair, with Kit being our Robin Hood, so you'll probably see them again later in the year. And then on Saturday, Claire and I did Jester and Ruby of the Sea, my little Sapphire, and the Ruby of the Sea, and it was a lot of fun. You got to see me build it, and wearing it was not as terrible as I thought it was going to be, but definitely I think there's some things about it I need to fix so that I feel more comfortable in it. The gown is too long in the front for sure, so I either need to find a way to alter that gown, maybe put in some leg slits or just take up the hem a little bit in the front so that I don't have to carry it all day, because that was driving me crazy. I also had my purse with me. I'm just gonna have to find someone who's willing to be the cosplay daycare for my stuff for the day, because the mixture of having the train on one wrist, the purse on another, and then having to hold my dress up was really obnoxious. The other thing I want to fix is the contouring on the makeup. I think I did a pretty good job, but it did end up getting quite bright, a little brighter than I wanted to go. So I just need to practice it. This is only the second time I've ever done it. The horns fit into the wig perfectly. The wig was stunning. Thank you so much, Britt. It looked great the day of. I need to practice at installing the wig. It was very, very messy. I don't think I did it the right way. I think I do need to put the wig on first and then do my makeup. Because also I didn't have wig glue, so I stuck it on with Pro-Sade, which totally worked, but I didn't have Pro-Sade remover, so then it became a pain in the butt to remove. I didn't get stained thanks to Sarah's makeup wipes. So the other thing, I used up my entire bottle of the Beauty of Joseon makeup remover to get the red off. After I finished using the makeup remover, I did have some staining left, but we went to the hotel room and Sarah lent me some of her wipes. So I need to glue the horns down and tighten the horns. I couldn't find the tools that Shadowfall includes to tighten the little spigots on the, is that the little, I don't know, the little beep boops on the headband. And so I had one wonky horn all day, was just kind of a little bit further fallen. So this was my first time wearing Ruby of the Sea. So I think we did good, gang. And then Sunday was just a chill day. I just wore a silly little Lady Epi outfit and had a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone who came along this journey with me for my, I don't know if I've said this on this video, but this was my first cosplay that I put together, like that I had a hand in building parts of it ever. The first time I ever did cosplay was for San Diego Comic-Con in 2018, where a friend and I did medieval-inspired Maleficent and Aurora, and I just bought that entire thing off of Etsy and called it a day. And this was the first time I ever built anything for the cosplay and assembled the cosplay myself, because that was just like a huge kit that just came pre-built. So really excited. It actually gave me the cosplay bug, and we'll see if I do any other looks. I probably won't go to any conventions until MagFest, if I can get tickets. And then Katsu next year again, just because it's local. Katsu 2026, in the books. Was a great time. Thanks for sticking around for the video. If you have any questions about how I put Ruby of the Sea together, put them down in the comments. Happy to answer anything that I didn't answer in the video. As usual, I'd like to say thank you to my paid tier patrons. I am so grateful that you guys stick around and want to see YouTube videos. I promise 2026 I'm trying to do more YouTube videos. I'm actually filming stuff through. It's happening, okay? I'm just really grateful that you guys stick around. It's because of you that I get to do videos like this, so thank you. I do have a free tier of Patreon, but it's just for shop updates. Go check out my Patreon. If you enjoyed seeing a complete sewist amateur chaos craft her way through a very complicated cosplay build of a giant red tiefling lady. I'll probably do another giant red tiefling lady at some point, so feel free to subscribe, and thank you if you do. I don't really have a sign off, so until next time, goopers, bye.
I once heard of a lady fair with blood scarlet skin and the moon in her hair, and should you want for her company, you'd empty your pockets to pay for her fee. The grace of her dancing is sweeter than sin, her gaze known to topple the strongest of men. Her voice when she sings is as clear as a gem, and once you have known her, you'll seek her again. Ruby of the sea, the ruby of the sea, to most men a legend that they'll never see. Ruby of the sea, the ruby of the sea, she's lovely and precious and never comes free.